When Apple goes on stage and says, "This is the best iPhone yet," this is the iPhone that they are referring to, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's got fancy new optics, the 6.7-inch OLED screen, and we've got this in a beautiful Pacific blue finish. So let's not waste any more time in getting it out of that box. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and let's get started. So the unboxing experience, it's pretty much the same as we've seen with the other iPhone. We've got a slightly bigger box for the bigger iPhone, obviously. Opening it up, we find the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Pacific blue, like I mentioned. Gently lifting it up using the pull tab. And peeling off that screen protector or the plastic on top. There's nothing new here. USB Type-C to Lightning cable, some ejector pins, some paperwork, a single Apple sticker, and the there is no charger. But hey, Apple may have skipped out on the charger, but I hope you guys don't skip out on subscribing to C4E Tech. And while you're there, hit that bell icon so you become part of our notification squad. Design-wise, this is very much like a stretched out iPhone 12 Pro. So we have square-off stainless steel sides with an elevated camera bump for the 3 sensors to the back. There's also a notched OLED screen up front. The placements are pretty much what we've seen, what we've come to expect. There's no surprises here. We've got power to the right, volume keys and the silent toggle to the left, nothing up top. The bottom holds the Lightning connector, mic and speaker. Like the rest of the iPhone 12 series, the 12 Pro Max also comes with stereo speakers. Couple that with the biggest screen ever on an iPhone, we should technically be able to get a great media watching experience. Yes, there is that notch though, the elephant in the room, and I really wish Apple had found a way to cut it. Other than that, I absolutely adore the 6.7-inch OLED screen. It can get nice and bright, typically up to 800 nits with a max of 1200 nits when playing HDR content. And yes, that is support for HDR10. And what's more, at 2778 by 1284, it's got the most pixels we've ever seen on an iPhone. Now, though this is technically a Pro Max, there are two superlatives. It still does not have the ProMotion display that the iPad Pro has, or rather had even 2 years back. So that is a little bit of a disappointment. Now, while the built-in materials are exactly the same as on the iPhone 12 Pro, the bigger size does lead to some handling challenges. Like at 228 grams, this isn't what you would exactly call light. On the plus side of things though, we have Apple's new ceramic shield protecting the front OLED panel. Apple claims this is 4 times more shatter resistant, but it doesn't really bring anything new with regards to scratch resistance. So if you're going to use any kind of protection, tempered glass or something, you probably should. The back has a matte frosted finish, so there is a bit of texture here, not enough to make it feel grippy. So ergonomics is most definitely not this phone's strong suit. But what is its strong suit? Performance. It's top notch. It's also sad that there is a notch to the top. Okay, I'll see myself out. The A14 Bionic, it is extremely good. It's a very solid performer. I've been using the Pro for the last 2 weeks-ish, and it's been really great. I expect the performance to be no different with the Max, because for all intents and purposes, it's the same setup, right? The big question that pops up in my head though, how much better would the user experience have been if we had that 120Hz ProMotion display? Now, what ifs aside, we can get the 12 Pro Max with 128, 256 or 512 gigs of onboard storage, and it's got 6 gigs of RAM as a standard, just like with the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, Apple has bet heavily on their 5nm manufacturing process, giving them hefty gains in terms of efficiency and battery life, since the actual battery capacity, it's gone down by 8% here. Yep, we get a smaller 3687 mAh unit on the iPhone 12 Pro Max and almost 300 mAh drop in capacity compared to its predecessor. But based on my experience with the Pro, I would say this 5nm chip kind of makes up for it. The battery life, I'd expect it to be similar to what we've seen on the 11 Pro Max. That said, I do have a question for you guys. Would you have personally liked to see a little bit better battery life, a little bit more capacity, and the phone being, say, 0.5mm thicker? Personally, I'm happy with what Apple's done here because I don't really care about the thickness. The weight is already high. Adding any more battery would have pumped up the weight more, and that would have made it even less ergonomic. So for me, I do appreciate the sleekness here. Anyway, what do you guys feel? Let me know via the comments below. Now, this phone has MagSafe, just like with the other iPhones in the 12 series, the 12, the 12 Pro. Just like that, this has 15-watt charging through MagSafe, 7.5-watt charging through regular Qi chargers, and 20-watt wired charging via that included at there is no included adapter. Now, the only upgrade for the 12 Pro Max, apart from the display size and battery, comes in the form of optics. Like the 12 Pro, we've got a trio of 12 megapixel cameras to the back, but this time around, the primary sensor is 47% larger because it sports 1.7 micron sized pixels compared to 1.4 on the 12 Pro. And instead of the regular old OIS, the 12 Pro Max, it opts for sensor shift stabilization. So basically what this means is instead of the lens moving to compensate for any shake, the primary sensor itself has a motor built in, and in theory that should help for faster and more accurate motion compensation. Now all that sounds fascinating, but honestly I had only one burning question here. Okay, admittedly, I've had quite a few questions, but I had one more burning question here. Could you tell this and a different 12 series phone apart by just looking at the pictures? Well guys, let's see if you can. Here's a blind test. Set 1, under bright light, there's not a lot of difference between, image A and image B. They both look excellent. With set 2, these were shot under low light conditions using the night mode. A has slightly washed out colors, while B, it looks more true to life with regards to the colors. In terms of detail though, they both seem pretty much the same. And finally, set 3, this time actual side-by-side 4K video. Now I would really like to say that I notice a great difference between the two, but they do seem pretty similar across the board. B does, it does feel like it's handling the parts where we are walking with the phones a little bit better, and that kind of makes it obvious, doesn't it? A is the iPhone 12, B is the 12 Pro Max because of the better stabilization. That's how I was able to tell, I was able to confirm. Now, did you guys get it right? Let me know. Now, summing it up, the primary camera on the 12 Pro Max is much better than the other iPhones, but it's not a day and night difference. Now moving on to the ultra wide, as expected, the pictures continue to impress, and with the telephoto we've got again a slight difference. The Pro comes with an f2 lens, one with a 52mm focal length effectively, whereas the Pro Max, it's got a slower lens, f2.2, but an effective 65mm focal length. So what that basically means is 12 Pro gets you 2x optical zoom, 12 Pro Max gets you 2.5x optical zoom. So that is the difference there. There's even a LiDAR sensor here. Yes, we first saw it on the new iPad Pro, but now here it is on the 12 Pro Max as well as the 12 Pro, and it helps with AR applications. So here's the deal. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is the best iPhone yet. You don't get any arguments from me, but the clip that I cut to in my iPhone 12 Pro video, I'm gonna do that again because nothing has really changed from there. Much higher than what it is in the US when we convert them, but that is something we've come to expect from Apple. I'm not saying it's fine, it most definitely isn't, but that is something we kind of expected though. There is something even more weird. What, you ask? In the US, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max are priced exactly the same as the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max at launch. In India though, the Pro has gone from 1,06,000 to 1,20,000. So there's a 14,000 rupee hike from the 11 Pro to the 12 Pro. And similarly for the Max, it's gone up from 1,17,000 to 1,30,000. Now, if you're thinking this is gonna be, the GST went up from 12 to 18%, that's why Apple's hiked it. Not really. If you remember the 11 and the 11 Pro, or rather the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, they launched at 1 lakh and 1,10,000 respectively. And the prices that I was quoting just now, they are from April, post the GST hike, after Apple increased the rates by about 5%. Now, if you are thinking, okay, fine, fair enough, but maybe the value of the rupee dropped. Again, the answer is no. Today, $1 is 73 rupees-ish. Back in April, $1 was almost 76 rupees. So the rupee has just gotten stronger since. So why this price hike? I don't really know. And I don't think we are getting any answers from Apple India either. So if you do know, if you have any idea why this unneeded price hike, let me know in the comments below. So the price is most definitely a con in India, but hey, this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, Apple's best phone this year, and it has this has been the unboxing video for it. Now you guys tell me what else would you like to see about this phone and I will make that video happen. So I guess that's pretty much it. We're at the end of this unboxing and it is time for me to bid you adieu. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about the video. Subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.